Uh, we met at a cafe, but I won't say we really met, but it's more of me seeing her. It was in Arusha actually, at a certain cafe. That's how we first met, and she never knew that I actually liked her. And maybe she can say more.
Yeah, so we met at a cafe. Rather, he met me at a cafe. And then from there on, we bumped into each other like 5 times. So another one was at a restaurant on different times, but within the same year. And then the next time it was at the gym. So I was working out in the evening and he saw me at the gym. The other time, I think it was on a night out. We met each other, but he never said anything those 5 times. Yeah, so I'll let him say something else.
Yeah, so I met her, like I said, at a cafe, then restaurant, then at the gym. And one thing I made sure is for her to know, well, I wanted to know her better as a friend to start with. So the secret to what people never knew about, I started working out twice a day because she was working out in the evening, I was working out in the morning. So I decided not to do twice a day for a period, I think almost 2 weeks or so. And after that, I think it's history. You can tell us more. What did I do?
So one evening, I was coming from the gym, and then I got in my car, and then I saw 5 bouquets of yellow roses on the window shield, and then with a card fixed at the driver's door. And then, of course, I didn't know his name or like what he does or anything like that, but I knew it might be him because, you know, I don't know, I guess you just know. Yeah, and then from there, I think we bumped into each other again in a night out, and he said hi, and then I was with my friends, so he took the trick of trying to know my friends, you know, to at least make everything seem like okay and like at ease, everyone at ease. So yeah, from there we just started talking and never stopped talking.
So yeah, so literally close to 5 years since that moment, and one thing is I made sure is for her to understand my intentions were clear from the beginning, and we took our time, but 5 years later here we are, and I think I would say we are best of friends. Yeah. Wow. How would you define our first date? Because one of the friends actually is the one who forced her to come on a date, and we did have a date here in Arusha, of course, and we had a nice meal. She didn't eat as much as I know she's capable. I'm kidding, but yeah. So we had a good date at Boulevard.
Yeah, good.
At Boulevard Garden, and we had a good meal, a great conversation, and we clicked from there. I think we knew each other as friends, as if we've known each other for a while. I think that helped us a lot to build what we have today.
Yeah, that you explained it well.
One thing I'll say about her, she's a loving person, let alone being my partner, but to any person she comes across, she has a humble heart, loving heart, respectful. Respectful, that's the key word, not just to her parents or anyone, but generally whoever she meets. And everyone you ask, apart from myself, that is something unique that you don't find in a lot of us. And when it comes to her, loving, loyal, yeah, and full of life. You know, so it's a combination of things. There's no one word that you say unique. It's a combination of things that make her unique. That's what I'll say. And like I say, love is the most important thing, and she speaks her mind. That's the thing. She speaks her mind. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not, but she'll tell you as it is. She doesn't mince a word at all. That's what I'll say.
I'm gonna steal some of his words and say there's no one word or one way to describe his uniqueness. It comes as a basket full of beautiful things, but one thing I would say is positive. Like, you might find like your house is burning on fire, and then he'll still be like, everything will be okay, we'll start over, and he sees the light at the end of the tunnel in every situation, and that's what I love about him. So yeah, and I started calling him Mr. Positivity because he's always positive on everything. So yeah.
Thank you. Only that.
I said it comes in the basket.
I know, just kidding. Wow, I think there's a lot.
Yeah.
I think if you ask any of our friends, we'll tell you one. I think in the last 5 years, I'll say we have spent 90% of the time together, whether from work, after work, as much as we lived apart. But we did spend our time together when it comes to going out, dining, traveling. Our daily life spent together, I think that defines how common in terms of things that we do possess in each other. And I think we have common interests. I'm a person who gets bored easy if we have nothing in common. And so for the past 5 years we've been together, that tells the story that we have a lot in common, I think. And we love our space. No offense to anyone, but we love our space and we enjoy our company. Yeah. That's the most important thing. And one thing, we believe in God. I think that's the most pinnacle thing that we do have in common.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think for even 5 minutes, literally.
TikTok.
We can try that and certainly I can never look one as long as I can. What do you want to say?
You can still blink.
Oh, no. The idea is not blinking.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No. Is it? No.
But one thing I can tell you, when she's mad, it takes seconds. I think like any relationship, either it's family or siblings or your partner, you have your differences, right? You might be mad at each other for a certain period of time. But one thing that I love about what we have, we will be mad at each other, but it won't last long. And at least we forget the arguments we had, but we do sit down and talk about it. Like I mentioned earlier, she speaks her mind, even though it's good or bad. So that becomes a key pillar in a relationship, because she'll speak what she feels, you put it on the table, you iron out everything that you see went wrong, and you find a solution, and you learn from there and you move on to the next steps. But one thing is, what I've seen between us, we let it go and we move on. But key is talking about it rather than putting it under the rug. It becomes a bigger bomb later on. And I think that is what has held us together till today, from my point of view.
Yeah, that's true. And he would always talk. Even if you don't want to speak, he would always check on you, like, have you eaten? Are you okay? So that becomes like the icebreaker, and then you talk about it.
And that's true, because even on our side, it's the same. When we have arguments, no matter how mad you are at each other, you'll still care about each other. That never stops, And like you said, what you want to have, she'll buy you, not a gift to pamper you, but if she intended to give you a gift, anyway, she'll give it to you, even if she's mad at you. And that is one thing that tells a lot about what we have. And again, we're best of friends. Friends talk about everything, and you resolve everything at the right time. And I think that's one of the most important.
Yes. I think he proposed since day one.
Yeah, that's true, by the way.
Yeah, even though it wasn't in like the formal way, but yeah.
Because the thing is, from the first day that we literally spoke, and we mean it the first day that we actually did talk, along with our cousins and our friends, I made it clear to her, my intentions were, I see you as my future wife. And that is 5 years ago. And at that time, probably she thought it's a joke. And I told my family, my siblings and, well, my friends, some of them are here, some of them are gone. But they all knew when I made it clear, I met someone that I believe is my wife. And they're all here as witnesses that have seen that. And 5 years later, we're here and we're getting married. So I proposed from day one, but officially a few weeks ago, with our families together, we did something beautiful. And she looked dope as well, whatever she was wearing. Yeah.
For sure, definitely. God is everything. And we do see God in everything.
Absolutely. God is the pinnacle of our relationship, I'll say, it comes from both families. We both believe in God, we believe in Christ, and at the end of the day, I think that plays a key role when it comes to having a healthy relationship. Once you have that as your foundation, it helps to build you up and also your offsprings in the future, near future, and future. I think God is everything. It starts from there. Even creation started from the spiritual side of it before it became what it is. So we believe in God more than anything.
To let it go.